My ex swore her family would always come before me, and I tried to accept that. I tried to be understanding. But at some point, understanding turned into being used. When I finally walked away, they treated me like a traitor. The worst part? I didn't even feel guilty. I felt relieved. What does that make me? My wife once looked me dead in the eyes and said, "My family will always come first. You're second." And I just smiled and said, "Good to know." Let me tell you something, once someone tells you exactly where you rank in their life, believe them. And I did. That's when I quietly moved myself into first place, in my own life. Separate money. Separate choices. Separate future. I probably should have seen it coming years before that, but when you're living in chaos, you do what everyone does, you make excuses. You think, maybe it'll get better, or maybe I'm being dramatic, or this is just temporary. Yeah, sure. I'm 35, my wife is 33, and we've been married for 5 years. And since day one, her family has acted like our marriage came with a group package. Not the supportive kind. No, more like a subscription service that charges your card automatically and never lets you cancel. Her mom? Has a key. A real, physical key to our house, and she uses it. Doesn't text first. Doesn't knock. Her brother treats our garage like a storage facility. Her parents act like every Sunday dinner is mandatory roll call. And I thought it was endearing at first. You know, big family, everyone loves each other, all that sweet, wholesome stuff you see in movies. But then, I noticed how love in that family always somehow required my wallet. Her brother needed $3,000 for a business opportunity, which turned into nothing. Her sister needed help with rent just once, and 4 months later, she was still just once ing. Her parents needed a new AC unit, and somehow that landed on us. Every month, there was some urgent disaster that magically required my bank account. I'd push back, even a little, and I'd get the same lecture every time, "We're family." That's what family does. Translation, since you married one of us, your money belongs to all of us. But that's not even the story I came here to tell. The real turning point was my birthday trip. We'd been planning this coastal vacation for months. Hotel booked, time off approved. For once, it felt like something was just for me. I could almost smell the ocean air already. Then her mom calls. I'm in the kitchen making coffee, half awake, and I hear my wife say, "Of course we'll help. I'll cancel our trip." She didn't ask me. She didn't even look at me first. Just tossed our plans in the trash like they were optional. I turned, slow, mug still in my hand. "We're not canceling." She covers the phone with her hand, shoots me that look, the same one I've seen whenever I dare question a decision someone in her DNA made. My brother needs us. He needs a co-signer. $8,000. He'll pay it back. I laughed. I actually laughed. Your brother needs a co-signer for a loan he's going to default on. That's not our problem. And her face, man. Pure shock. Like I had just blasphemed the holy scripture of family loyalty. "We're helping him," she said. "The trip can wait." "No." She blinked like she didn't understand the word. "What do you mean no?" "I mean no. I'm done funding your family's constant emergencies. We're not co-signing anything. We're not canceling my birthday for your brother's mistakes." She snapped her attention back to the phone and told her mom she'd call back, then hung up and stared at me like I'd joined some fringe cult. "Why are you being like this?" "Because I'm your husband. Not your bank. Not your family's backup financial plan." She threw her hands up. "That's not fair." "You're right. What's not fair is every time someone in your family needs money, it becomes our responsibility. What's not fair is our plans always come last. What's not fair is..." She cut me off. "My family comes first. You come second. That's just how it is." It got quiet. So quiet I could hear the fridge humming behind me. I asked her to repeat it, slowly, and she did. "My family comes first. You're second. Family is forever." She didn't have to finish the sentence. I already knew how it ended. So I nodded. Real calm. "Good to know." She softened, thinking I agreed. "So you understand? We'll help?" "Nope, but thanks for the clarity." I walked downstairs. She chased after me, confused. "Where are you going?" "To pack. For my birthday trip." She sputtered, "You can't just go without me. You made your choice. I'm making mine." So I went. And I didn't go alone. I invited a buddy. We had a blast. Posted photos. Ate great food. Slept like a rock to the sound of ocean waves. She called me 15 times. I ignored everyone. When I came home, I got to work. We've always technically had separate accounts, but I'd been covering 70% of everything because I make more, and because she was always funneling her paycheck into her family's problems. Not anymore. I opened a brand new checking account. Moved my direct deposit. Calculated exactly 50% of every shared bill, mortgage, utilities, groceries, all of it, and set automatic transfers. 50%. Not a penny more. She figured it out when her card got declined. She burst into my office like a hurricane. "Why doesn't my card work?" "I canceled it." "You can't cancel my card." "Not your card. My card. You were just authorized to use it. Not anymore." Her voice cracked. "How am I supposed to pay for things?" "With your money. You'd think I announced the end of civilization." She screamed about love, commitment, partnership. And that's when I finally laughed, really laughed. "Partnership? You literally said I come second to your family. There is no partnership. There's you, your family, and somewhere way at the bottom, me. So I'm just matching your priorities." She called it punishment. I called it equality. She stormed off to her parents' house. When she came back days later, expecting apologies, she found I'd turned the spare room into my personal office. Her craft stuff? Packed and in the garage. That was my space. I pay half the mortgage. I'm using my space. We barely talked after that. I stopped showing up to Sunday dinners. When she asked if I was coming, I'd just answer, got plans. What plans? Plans. And that drove her insane. She wasn't used to me having a life outside being her family's dependable backup wallet. Things stayed frozen like that until the real crisis hit. Not drama. Not guilt trips. A genuine disaster. Her brother came to our house with her entire family trailing behind him. He'd gotten himself deep into gambling, underground stuff. Owed the wrong people $35,000. And when I saw them on my doorstep, all crying, all desperate, I knew exactly what was coming. They showed up at my house like it was Judgment Day. Her father didn't even bother with a greeting. No, hello, no, can we talk? He stepped forward like he was delivering a summons. We need your help. That was it. No warm-up. No nerves. Just entitlement served on a silver platter. I leaned back on the couch, folded my arms. Hello to you, too. What exactly do you need? Her mom was already crying, clutching tissues like she was auditioning for a tragedy. Her sister stood stiff with panic. And her brother, he couldn't even look at me. Her dad cleared his throat. My son owes money to some dangerous people. We need $35,000 by the end of the week. I stared at them from my own living room, like I was watching a theater play I never bought tickets to. That's rough, I said casually, like we were discussing the weather. Her dad's jaw tightened. We need you to help us. And why would I do that? Silence slammed into the room. Even the fridge seemed to stop humming. Her mom threw her hands up. Because he's family. I shrugged. He's your family. Not mine. I was told very clearly that I'm not actually a part of him or any of you. Remember? My wife grabbed my arm like she could squeeze sympathy out of me. Please. They could really hurt him. He probably should have thought about that before gambling $35,000 he didn't have. Her brother finally looked up, voice trembling. Dude, these guys don't mess around. I'm in danger. Then sell your truck. His eyes widened. That's worth what, 15 grand? Sell it. I need that for work. And I need my money for my priorities. You made your choices. You get to deal with them. Her dad stepped closer, puffed up like a cornered bull. What kind of man abandons family in a crisis? The kind who was told he's second place. The kind who's been treated like a living ATM for 5 years. That kind of man. His nostrils flared. We treated you like a son. I couldn't help it, I laughed. Loud. No, you treated me like a bank account with legs. There's a big difference. Her mom wailed louder. Please, we're begging you. He could die. Sounds like someone should have done better parenting. My wife's face turned ghost white. How can you be so heartless? Heartless? I learned heartless from your family. You all made it clear I was only valuable when you needed something. I'm done being useful. That's when she said it. Quiet. Deadly serious. If you don't help, I'll divorce you. I leaned back, completely calm. Okay. She blinked. What? Go ahead. Divorce me. You'd actually be saving me the trouble of filing. Her sister exploded. Screaming insults, calling me everything she could think of. Her mom jumped in, howling like I'd committed a war crime. Her dad looked like he wanted to put me through the drywall. I stood up and spoke over all of them. Get out of my house. Her sister shrieked, this is her house, too. Nope. My name is the only one on the mortgage. My house. Now get out. Or I'm calling the police. They froze. Then, one by one, they shuffled out. Dragging my wife with them, still sobbing. She didn't come home that night. Or the next. I found out through a mutual friend that they scraped together about $20,000. Her parents took out a loan on their home. Her sister pawned her wedding ring. And her brother ended up selling that truck I mentioned, should have just done that from the beginning. Still short 15 grand. And now the people he owed money to were charging interest and extending deadlines. So clearly, they decided the only logical conclusion was that this was all my fault. The harassment started almost immediately, like someone hit a switch. I was at work, just trying to get through emails, when I suddenly heard shouting echoing down the hallway. Loud shouting. Angry shouting. One of my coworkers poked their head into my office like, you might want to see this. I walked out, and there he was, my father-in-law. Red-faced, wild-eyed, yelling at me in front of half the company. You're a disgrace. A coward. What kind of man abandons family? He was pointing at me like we were in some kind of courtroom drama. Everyone froze, just staring. Phones came out, probably recording. HR was already sprinting. Security had to physically drag him out, and even then he was kicking and screaming like a toddler who missed nap time. You'll regret this. Karma will get you. You'll pay for what you've done. Great. Just what I needed. Office gossip with a side of death threats. I got called into my boss's office afterward. He shut the door, rubbed his face like he had a migraine trying to escape. What the hell was that? So I laid it out. Gambling debt. 35 grand. Divorce. Family meltdown. The whole mess. He sighed hard. Jesus. Look, I'm on your side here. But we cannot have that kind of circus at the office again. Understood, I told him. I meant it. The problem was, I didn't realize the circus was packing for a nationwide tour. A few days later, my phone blew up, not from her, but from people I hadn't spoken to in years. My aunt. My cousin. Even my mom. Why is your mother-in-law calling everyone saying you abandoned your wife during a family emergency? I took a deep breath. She left out the part where the emergency is her son owes criminals $35,000 from illegal gambling. Long pause from my mom. Oh, well then. Forget them. Good for you. Don't let those vultures push you around. My entire extended family basically replied the same way once they heard the real story. They backed off. They supported me. But her family? They doubled down. One morning I walked to the parking lot and saw deep scratches carved across the entire side of my car. Not little key marks. No, full angry strokes like someone was trying to paint their rage into my metal. Cost, $800. I filed a police report. I couldn't prove it, but I'd bet everything I own it was her brother before he disappeared. Then came the parking lot ambush. I'd just finished a softball game. I was sweaty, exhausted, and walking to my car when her sister stepped out from behind a vehicle like she was filming a dramatic reveal. You know they beat him up again. Her voice was shaking, but her eyes were sharp. They broke 2 of his ribs. That's on you. I tossed my gear into the trunk. No, that's on him. You could have stopped it. Or he could have stopped gambling. She glared at me like she wanted to claw my face off. You're a monster. And you're enabling a grown man who gambles his life away. We all have flaws. She unloaded more insults, ran out of creative vocabulary, and stormed off. I wish I could say it ended there. The dirtiest move came next, through my job again. HR called. Different person this time. Tight smile. Nervous body language. We received an anonymous complaint. About what? She cleared her throat. It claims you've been making threatening statements about family members. Violent comments. Unstable behavior. I just stared. Completely false. We still have to investigate every complaint formally. So I had to write out a statement describing everything, my failing marriage, the harassment, the gambling problem. Putting my private life on paper for strangers to read. It felt humiliating. Afterward, my boss pulled me aside again. I'm sympathetic, he said, but if your wife's family keeps dragging our workplace into this, we're gonna have a problem. That's when I realized this wasn't just drama. It was strategic harassment. So I started documenting everything. Calls, texts, photos, police reports, screenshots. I built a file thick enough to serve as a literary crime novel. Then, out of nowhere, my phone buzzed with a number I actually recognized. My wife. First time I'd heard her voice since the night they left. We need to talk. About what? About us. About fixing this. There's nothing to fix. You made your priorities clear. We're done. Don't I at least deserve a real conversation? We already had one. You said I'm second place and expected me to bankroll your family's chaos forever. That was the conversation. She sniffled. I didn't mean it like that. Yeah, you did. And it's fine. But you don't get to treat me like a wallet and then cry husband when the bills come due. Your family comes first. Perfect. They can support you through the divorce. She cried harder. Please, can we meet face to face? Against my better judgment, I agreed. Worst decision of the month. We met at a coffee shop. She arrived, with her mom. Ambush. Her mom didn't even sit down before barking orders. You need to stop this nonsense and help us. I stood immediately. I'm leaving. My wife grabbed my hand. Please, just listen. I came to talk to you. Not your mother. Her mom slapped her palm on the table. I'm here because you won't listen to reason. Reason? I laughed. Your son gambled a fortune away. Your family took loans they can't pay. And somehow I'm unreasonable for refusing to throw my future into that dumpster fire? Her mom's face turned red with rage. We fed you. We welcomed you. We treated you like family. No, you used me. There's a difference. And I walked out. Blocked both their numbers. A week later, divorce paperwork hit my mailbox. Along with insane demands. She wanted half the house. Fine, that's normal. Half my retirement. Whatever, that's how it goes. But then, she demanded I pay her legal fees, because the divorce was my fault due to financial abandonment. And she wanted $10,000 for emotional distress. My lawyer actually cackled. Are they serious? Apparently. We'll counter. This is ridiculous. The negotiations got ugly fast. Her lawyer tried to play tough. Mine shut down every delusional sentence with actual law. While all that was happening, her family's collapse was accelerating like a car with cut brakes. Her parents were at risk of losing their house. Turns out the loan they took had a balloon payment, one they can't cover. Her brother? Gone. Ran out of state because the debt collectors weren't playing nice anymore. Her sister's marriage was imploding because she pawned her wedding ring without telling her husband. And all that chaos? Landed directly in my wife's lap. That's when she tried to get to me again, using her sister's phone since I blocked her. The message popped up. Are you happy now? My parents are losing everything. My brother is gone. My sister's marriage is ruined. All because you wouldn't help. I stared at it. Took a screenshot. Sent it straight to my lawyer. Didn't reply at all. What was I supposed to say? The day of the hearing felt like a season finale. I walked into the courthouse with nothing but my lawyer, my documents, and a calm I hadn't felt in months. Meanwhile, my ex-wife? She marched in with a crowd. Parents, sister, random cousins, like she was entering a basketball game with a cheer squad. They took up 2 full rows, whispering, glaring, trying to intimidate me by sheer head count. Her lawyer strutted in like he already won. Slick suit. Confident smirk. He opened with this dramatic speech about how I had systematically isolated and financially abused their poor, devoted daughter. I didn't flinch. My lawyer didn't even blink. She just opened her laptop and said, Let's begin with the numbers. And that was the end of the other side's confidence. She pulled up bank statements. 5 years. $24,000 paid toward their emergencies. $0 repaid. She showed how I covered 70% of household expenses. Then she highlighted a detail that made even the judge pause. $3,000 in cash advances, taken by my wife right before I canceled her access to my card. All sent to her family. Then came the text messages. The canceled vacations. The guilt trips. The demands. And the message that sealed the whole case. My family comes first. You're second. The judge leaned back slowly. Raised an eyebrow. Even the court reporter looked up. Her lawyer scrambled. My client was under emotional distress. She was forced to choose between her husband and her family. My lawyer cut in without missing a beat. No one forced her. She made that choice entirely on her own. My client simply responded. From the back of the courtroom, her mother burst into loud sobs. He abandoned us when we needed him most. The judge didn't look sympathetic. Ma'am, you are not a party in this matter. If you cannot remain quiet, you will be removed. Silence. Finally. Her lawyer tried again. He withdrew financial support. That caused the divorce. Therefore, he should pay her legal fees. My lawyer tapped the stack of documents. She filed for divorce, not him. He simply withdrew funding for her extended family. That is not abuse. That is a boundary. The judge sighed, looking fed up with the theatrics. Unless you have evidence of actual abuse or illegal behavior, this court is not interested in emotional disputes. Her lawyer looked like someone just unplugged his brain. Well, the sudden withdrawal of support. That is not abuse. The judge cut him off. That is called personal financial autonomy. Move on. They tried one last strategy, alimony. Claimed she depended on me financially. The judge reviewed her income, then my expenses, then the fact that the majority of my money had gone to her family, not her. Both parties are employed and fully capable of supporting themselves. No alimony. Final ruling. Sell the house. Split proceeds 50/50ths. Divide retirement accounts per state rules. Each pays their own legal fees. No alimony. No future contact required. Her lawyer tried to object. The judge was done. We are adjourned. Outside the courthouse, her dad tried one last guilt trip, voice trembling with rage. You're really going to let us lose everything? We'll be homeless. I shrugged. You took out loans you couldn't afford to cover gambling debt. That's not on me. He glared. We welcomed you like family. You welcomed me like a wallet. Her brother suddenly appeared, back in town after hiding from the debt collectors. He got right in my face. You think you're better than us? No. I think I make better decisions. He shoved me. My lawyer immediately stepped between us, already calling security. Touch my client again and we will press charges. Courthouse police arrived fast, pulled him away as he shouted threats he couldn't afford to back up. My ex just stood there crying while her mother clung to her. Her sister was pacing on the phone, probably trying to figure out where they were all going to live once the bank took the house. And I walked to my car while her dad yelled after me about karma. I didn't even turn around. The house sold within a month. Market was hot. We each walked away with about $85,000 after the mortgage payoff. She needed her portion immediately. The foreclosure clock was ticking on her parents' house. I took mine, parked it safely in savings, and started shopping for condos. News spread through friends over time. Her parents did lose the house. They moved in with her sister. Her sister's husband filed for divorce after the pawned ring revelation. Her brother vanished again, no forwarding address, no contact. And my ex? She worked 2 jobs trying to take care of everyone until her settlement money evaporated helping her parents. Now she's in a tiny studio apartment, exhausted, drowning in bitterness. And the most brutal part? Her own family barely talks to her anymore. Apparently, she ruined their lifeline by letting me go. The irony is almost poetic. Meanwhile, I'm living in a modern 2-bedroom condo with a balcony view. Real kitchen. Real peace. No random relatives barging in. No guilt calls. No midnight emergencies that magically involve my wallet. It's quiet. It's clean. It's mine. And I've started seeing someone. She's a teacher. Smart. Independent. Has her own budget. Her family doesn't see her as a bank. If someone calls her at night, it's for a birthday invitation, not a bailout. We're taking things slow. For once, slow feels healthy. The last message I ever got from my ex came from a new number. I hope you're happy. You destroyed my family because you refused to help in an emergency. I stared at it. Thought about letting it go. Instead, I sent one final truth. Your family destroyed itself by using people like ATMs and making bad decisions. I just stopped paying the bill. Then I blocked the number. My therapist asked me recently, do you feel guilty at all? I looked her straight in the eyes. No. Why not? Because I didn't cause their emergency. And I'm not responsible for their consequences. She nodded slowly. Sounds like you've finally learned to put yourself first. Maybe I have. Maybe I just hit my breaking point. Either way, I sleep like a baby. Not because I outplayed anyone. Not because I plotted revenge. But because sometimes the most powerful revenge isn't action. It's stopping. Stopping the loans. Stopping the excuses. Stopping the emotional labor. Stopping the belief that you owe anyone your life just because they share blood with someone you married. They called it abandonment. I call it self-respect. And honestly, best decision I ever made.